Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or whatever time you're joining me for this recorded webinar. I'd like to thank you for logging on and watching this video. Today, I'll be talking about the Clarkson Ray MBA, the residential accelerated 9-month program here at Clarkson University's Ray School of Business. My name is Josh Lefebvre, and I'm the Director of Graduate Business Programs here, and I look forward to sharing this information with you and following up with you after you've had a chance to watch this video so that our team can answer any questions that you have about our MBA program's fit with your career goals. Today, I want to focus on the overview of an MBA and the why. Why would we pursue an MBA program? I'll provide you with information about the one-year accelerated format, academic preparation, and curriculum study options available to you. Of course, obtaining your MBA is only a part of the experience. We work diligently to ensure that students have a successful experience here, not only in the classroom, but outside of the classroom. And that includes opportunities for networking, meeting with employers, preparing yourself for a successful career. I'll share information today about admissions to the Ray MBA program, and what are some of the things that you can do ahead of preparing for your application. And then, of course, the collaborative investment in you. What does it cost to pursue an MBA? What are opportunities for financial aid and merit scholarship? We'll cover that today as well. The Office of Graduate Business Programs consists of 3 individuals: myself, Nick Ananastio, our Senior MBA Recruiter and Systems Manager, and Tanya Kanto, our Graduate Coordinator and Assistant Advisor. The Office of Graduate Business Programs here in the Ray School of Business is a one-stop shop. From point of interest and sharing with you information about our program, to your application and enrolling, and helping you shape your experience while you're here is all a part of our responsibility, and we take it very seriously. We look forward to working with you and answering any questions that you have, and please feel free to reach out to any member of the team. So I always like to start these webinars with a simple question. Why an MBA? What are some of the reasons that someone would want to pursue an MBA? So as you think about it, what's your why? What are some of the things that you feel are important for you, not only in your current career, if you're looking for a career change, or if you're someone who is finishing up their undergraduate degree and wants to continue and pursue this MBA? I think it's important for you to think about your why. And that will really shed a light on some of the things that you'll be looking for in a program and the ways that we can help shape your experience based upon what your why is. Is it entrepreneurial planning? An MBA does provide a broad business skill set, helping you understand not only the functional disciplines of business, but how they interact with one another. To run a successful business, you'll have to have an opportunity to work in all of those areas and how they integrate. Writing business plans considers all of those different things associated with it. So whether you are someone who has studied business in the past or don't come from a business background but has the inkling or the desire to start a business, an MBA is a good path for you. Earning potential. It is true that on average, there is a 40% increase in earning potential for those that pursue a master's degree in business. That earning potential is not just short-term, but long-term as well. Opportunities for advancement in an organization are certainly increased, not only in terms of the entry-level position that you might go into, but over the span of time, an MBA provides you with a skill set to move faster within an organization because of the things that you can provide through your talents and abilities. So that goes along with this one, access to higher positions. It is a steeper curve, if you will, in terms of career trajectory. You'll be able to leverage your advanced knowledge, your ability to integrate, think on your feet, and be strategic. All of those things that an MBA degree prepares you for certainly is important to keep in mind as you think about your long-term career goals. Sharpen skills. For those that might already have been working or those that have an undergraduate background in business, the important thing about an MBA is it's about the business, developing business acumen. I think that acumen is the notion of a skill set in business that you have experience and understanding in the primary functions of business, but that also you're able to integrate them and think strategically and understand the interplay between different elements of business, different aspects through organizational culture to strategy, to really thinking through the financial picture of a company. This skill set is what we call the business acumen, but it's done in a way, especially through our program, to integrate them immediately during the time of your program through what we call our module format. But a business acumen is an important toolkit that someone can use so that they can help manage and lead organizations. Competitive labor market. I think it's easy to say that today, with so many options available to organizations, the goal is to find those that have the most best fit, most qualified candidates. But today, achieving a bachelor's degree or certain levels of education are not competitive enough just among your peers that are looking for a particular position. And what we say by that is, in order to compete in this labor market, those that are applying for similar jobs that you might be are also going to have the MBA degree or an advanced degree, very competitive, and becomes even more important today to find ways to differentiate yourself in the marketplace through advanced degrees, certifications and licenses, and other things associated with that. The competitive labor market has also made it easier for organizations to become more fine-tuned in terms of what they're looking for and what positions they want to fill. In some certifications or some disciplines, a master's degree is the minimum qualification to be eligible to even be considered for the position. So as you think about the career goals that you have, I think it's really important to look at the Bureau of Labor Statistics. What is the occupational outlook for those industries, for those positions, and know ahead of time that an advanced degree is going to be something that's not only important for minimum qualification, but just to be competitive among your peers. And then a complementary skill set. For those of you that are listening to this webinar that don't come from a business background, the MBA is very complementary to so many different disciplines. Those that know they want to work in engineering fields, as an example, but they want to be able to lead and manage and understand the ecosystem of organizations. I think this skill set is very complementary, and if we look at the roots of an MBA degree, it was designed to be complementary in nature anyway. So whether or not you come from a business background, this degree supports either candidates in very distinct ways to help prepare them for their career goals. So what is your opportunity cost? What things are you willing to give up over the next year to be able to achieve your goals of having an MBA? This is always an important question, especially for those that say, do I want to go now or later? Understanding everyone has their own unique position, and you're not necessarily going to have the same reason. So if you know that an MBA is going to get you new doors and put you in front of employers to be considered for positions that you definitely want as a part of your career goal, it's an opportunity cost. You are giving up an additional year, but gaining so much more that's lifelong. So those are things to consider is, are you in a position to give up that one extra year or give up the year and make that change? That's something that we really like to talk with folks about and really make sure that you understand that and that it is definitely a short-term commitment for long-term positive outcomes. And what are your career goals? As we talk through the program and what areas of study are available, I think it's very important for you to think about how this position or how the MBA will fit into your career goals. In fact, that is something that we like to know about during your admissions process, because we can help shape your experience and help you select courses and put you in front of opportunities with employers that align with your career goals. And I think it's important that you see how this program fits in that, not only in terms of the degree credential itself, but the skill sets that you're going to learn within that degree. Okay, so after the philosophy and thinking through, the why of an MBA, hopefully you've gotten, to a point of thinking, this is definitely a path that I want to go into. And as we think about traditional MBA programs, one of the things that's very unique in terms of our approach to our MBA program here at the Potsdam campus, we say that it's a one-year MBA. In fact, it's actually only one academic year. This is a 9-month MBA program. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the academic preparation side for this, which has to do with how do I actually obtain an MBA in just 1 year? For those of you that have been doing research or looking online, thinking about all of the different options available to you, a traditional MBA is 2 years. And for many schools that have had these traditional MBA programs, how are we able to do it in 1 year when traditionally it's a 2-year degrees? For many schools, there are these foundational areas of business, or we call them the business foundations. 11 core courses, there are specific disciplines like marketing and accounting and economics, operations. There are very specific disciplines in business that have introductory level coursework. So a traditional program, in a lot of ways, what they try to do is integrate the foundations as a part of their program. So you're learning the foundations, then you're learning the advanced coursework, and they're integrating them in very different ways in terms of the way that they approach baseline, give you the baseline education, if you will, for those specific functional areas. So if you think about this 2-year path, what we've done is in a lot of cases, students are already taking these courses as part of their bachelor's degree. Those foundations are already being done. So instead of looking at having you retake them from the Clarkson undergraduate perspective, and we do offer all of those courses too, what we'll do is we'll actually look at what have you completed, and we will then grant you credit as appropriate for those foundations. So if you took a Principles of Marketing course as an undergraduate student, or maybe you just took it on your own, we wouldn't have you retake that course. We're going to give you credit for those foundations. And the reason for that is when you get into our program, which I'll show you in a minute, there is that assumption that you have those foundational knowledges areas already completed. So we actually don't spend time with that. We go right into the advanced MBA coursework. So our approach to foundations is that we look at your undergraduate courses and we grant you credit for those that you already have. And you don't have to wait to apply to have a sense for what that looks like. We're happy to do reviews at any time. And that coursework is something that, as you apply, if you're missing any of them, we actually do have a pathway for you as well. So if you have not completed any of these foundation courses, we actually have in the summer our business concepts program. These are online courses that start in May, go straight through the summer. All of these foundations are available through these concepts courses. This program in particular is only available to those that have been admitted into the MBA program and are intending to enroll in that following cohort fall. The best part about these foundations is that they are tuition free. You may have some incidental costs like a textbook or a case study associated with the program, but you do not need to pay tuition for these. They are 1.5 credit courses. They are pass-fail, and after completing the courses, we would grant you credit for them. So if you have the background, you have all the courses done, you go straight into the fall cohort 9-month MBA program. If you have no business background, you're still eligible for our 1-year program. Your program goes from 9 months to 12 months, and that includes these foundation courses. So you are still completing this program in a very accelerated fashion, and those that teach in these summer foundation courses are also our faculty here at Clarkson. Those that have industry experience also support this program so that we know you'll be prepared for our program because we've created these prerequisites in the way that covers the topics that are critical for you to know and to have an understanding of before going into the 1-year program. So regardless of your background, we are fully prepared to support your academic preparation for the Clarkson Ray School Business MBA program. Our MBA program is a 38 credit hour program. It is 2 semesters, as we've mentioned. And our approach is to look at integrating all of those core functional areas of business in unique module formats that are actually shorter duration from a traditional semester, but because of the way that they are done, you're integrating your knowledge base immediately into the different discipline areas. In the fall semester, you are going to actually complete 9 of the 10 core modules of the program together. This is a cohort program, so you'll begin in the fall, and we break the 15-week semester into 2 sets of 7 weeks. So our MBA program typically begins in August with an orientation that this past year was Wednesday through Friday of the prior week, so the 3rd week in August. The final week in August, you are beginning coursework. There is a short break in between in October after completing the first set of modules, and then the last half of the semester, you'll finish up those other modules. Typically, classes are Monday through Thursday in the morning. We also have some of the module classes are scheduled on Fridays to ensure that we have the appropriate amount of contact hours. But the way that it works is you'll take the first set of modules in the 7 weeks, and then those courses are actually completed. They don't continue. And then that second 7 weeks, you'll complete those, and that will be a good portion of the core foundations of an MBA program that you will have completed. The spring semester is where you'll work with your advisors, with our team here, to customize your program. Now, we're going to talk about the many different options that you have, but you will take 5 electives that you'll choose, and you can customize these electives to pursue a certification, to pursue your interests. So you might decide that I would like to just take 5 electives in different areas that are going to be tied to a career goal. You don't necessarily have to choose a specific certification area. So we'll talk about this, but this is something that you get to customize according to what you want to do. Our capstone is strategic planning module. So this is where you will be working on integrating, again, everything in the fall that you've done, the culminating experiences of this program. You'll be in the strategic planning course. And this is really where you have an opportunity to integrate everything together into a large project. You'll be working with teams. You'll be working on really understanding the important issues related to being strategic in leadership and understanding the dynamics of the interplay between all of the different things in business and developing strategies that will lead an organization to success. Our MBA program does require an experiential unit, we call it, and there are really the options of what we'd like to do here is, because business is global, we want you to think global. We want you to experience global and really understand the impact that the international business and commerce has on many different things associated with your career and the opportunities that you'll have over the course of your career. So what this is a 3-credit class. Typically, there is a trip involved as well as some pre-departure meetings. This year, as an example, our MBA students will be going to Thailand and Australia. Because of the scheduled break in March, which is something that we specifically schedule out carefully, is that during the typical spring break of the college is when you'll actually go on this trip so that you actually do not fall behind, and there is a break in terms of coursework so that students are able to do this trip. You'll visit companies. You'll look at different cultural opportunities and really understand some of the benefits of where you are and really experience those countries, talk to business professionals. There's so many wonderful opportunities through these trips. However, if you are someone that is looking to complete this program and you are already an international student, so perhaps you're enrolling here from China or Thailand or anywhere outside of the US and Canada, if you're coming here for the MBA program, you actually will take a global business strategies course. You are always welcome to go on those trips, but we do provide that option for students that are not able to go because of their visa status or other specific reasons. So that is your spring semester: 5 electives, the strategic planning module, and then the International Study Abroad or Experiential Unit. The other thing I want to mention about an MBA program is it's not about learning more. You will learn more. You'll be challenged to really understand how everything integrates together. But an MBA also strives to prepare students to solve problems in seemingly ambiguous situations. So done through case studies and team assignments and other different types of deliverables, an MBA is also about giving you the confidence and experience in actually executing decisions based on the information that you have, based on the knowledge that you have of business, and your ability to, while simulated, to actually impact an organization. So I think it's important to know that a graduate degree, especially an MBA, is about, yes, integrating these areas and all of the things I've mentioned today, but it's also about giving you that confidence to utilize your skills, to execute your skills, those experiences that you need, so that you can walk into an organization and make a difference right away. And those are some of the challenges and unique characteristics of successful leaders and managers. And we pride ourselves on making sure our deliverables and our curriculum format do more than just teach you the business end of things, but challenge you to actually execute them. And that is the difference of the Clarkson MBA. So in the spring semester, there are many different things you can do with your electives. We have dual degrees. So you actually can pursue, as a part of your electives, shared coursework in pursuing an MBA or with an MS in data analytics. We also have a dual degree in MBA in environmental politics and governance. So those are two registered dual degrees where you actually share a considerable amount of coursework. The MBA and MS in data analytics, as an example, is typically a 36 credit hour program, the data analytics. You actually will only need to take 21 of those hours to obtain that degree. So it's 21 additional credits from the MBA program, so that's 54 hours in total, and you're walking away with the 2 degrees. We also offer combined options, so if students are looking to pursue a master's in engineering, as an example, you can use up to 9 credit hours of shared coursework, so a little bit less than a dual degree, but we always work with students individually who have those types of interests to align coursework and make that work. So you have combined, which is something that is a case-by-case basis, and then we do have 2 registered dual degrees here in data analytics and the EPG. Another option, which is the primary option for students that are looking to pursue specific areas of concentration in their MBA program, we have certificate programs. So these certificates are the electives in your program. So typically there are 3 courses, so you're going to pursue 3 of your 5 electives are already somewhat predetermined based on these specific disciplines. We work with students to make sure you have those, and then identifying a few other courses that you might want to take. So accounting, if we have someone coming into the program looking to pursue CPA licensing as a career goal, you'll pursue the accounting track. Typically, this will include courses in accounting information systems and auditing or financial statements analysis. Those that are typically needed to pursue that CPA licensing, you'll do those here. Environmental management, where you'll study the environmental economics impact. You'll look at supply chain environmental impact and really focus on the business side of impacts around the environmental nature of business. Innovation and new venture management, supply chain management, and then if you're not interested in a dual degree, but you do have some interest in data analytics, you can take some of the coursework in your elective space to pursue the data analytics certificate program. That is certainly an option. And then the general MBA, this is, we call it general MBA, but really what it is an individualized. So you're creating under advisement a list of courses that you want to take that are specific to your interests and your goals. And then the last piece, which is certainly really exciting, is our international track. This is an opportunity for you to actually spend your spring semester abroad. You can study abroad at one of our partner institutions pursuing master's level coursework. You'll transfer those back here to Potsdam. You'll have your MBA from Clarkson University and a full semester of coursework and experience in another country. for those that are very interested in working and living abroad and studying international business. This is an option available to you as well. So typically those that pursue the international track would do a 1.5 or 2-year academic plan, so spreading out some of those courses a little bit. You don't have to, but these are some of the things that you'll be able to do. So basically what will happen is you'll start with some core courses in the first term, then you'll go overseas and take courses you want in the spring. But you can look at a concentration area like international business or other international finance. There are a lot of different things that our partner institutions offer. So you'll have a chance to do that. But you get to live and study and learn and experience different countries and cultures for a full semester, which is a great opportunity for those that are looking to get those experiences. Our partners are in France, the IESEG School of Management, the KEDGE Business School. You have 2 different pathways there. In Australia, we have a partnership with Monash University, which is actually where our president, Tony Collins, is from and went to school. In China, we have the ESSCA School of Management, and then the City University of Hong Kong. These are some of the areas, as you can see listed, that they focus on in terms of studies. So you would work with us in our international office and prepare and craft a plan to spend your semester abroad if you so chose. So we have international study abroad trip. We have opportunities for certification study areas and also potential dual degree and combined degree pathways. So as you can see, there's really a lot of different opportunities there. As far as the international business trip, is a 2-week trip in spring, which I had shared as far as the experiential unit for our program. And if someone studied abroad, by the way, for the semester, you are exempt from this particular expectation because you're already abroad. But past destinations have been Chile, Argentina, Hong Kong, Vietnam, Italy, and Greece, Taiwan. So our faculty, there are faculty that develop these courses, develop the trips, make the connections, and then they will pitch them to you during your fall semester, and you actually have an opportunity to apply towards the ones that you really want to pursue. So a lot of different opportunities there for you. As far as the student experience of pursuing your MBA here in Potsdam is, again, going back to the piece that we are a one-stop shop, and we really want to work closely with all of our students to provide that experience, make sure you have the opportunity to network together and work to prepare you for your career. So we have dedicated space in the Ray School of Business, the Graduate Student Lounge, which is pictured here. You have your own, there's computers and printers and other options and opportunities for you to have this dedicated space under lock and key that is only available to our graduate business students. The Graduate Business Association is a student-run organization that works closely with our office, again, to help shape the experience that you have here in the MBA program. This includes service projects, this includes different potlucks and holiday celebrations, and then the culminating banquet, which I know all of the faculty, staff, and students look forward to every year. But this is also an important tool for students' voices to be heard. It's very important that we work with the elected officers of this association to help enhance the experience by listening on the things that are needed or opportunities for us to work and partner with our students while they're here. Career services is a very big piece to your experience here. We actually have a course specifically for the MBA students taught by an experienced business professional who has a lot of experience in industry. That person helps with understanding resumes and negotiations and all of the things associated with preparing for your career search, interviewing for those positions, and negotiating a salary. All of that is a part of the experience here that we take very seriously and begins almost immediately during your time here. In fact, we have 2 career fairs. One of them this past fall happened just a couple of weeks into the semester, and we had about 180 companies here on campus. Clarkson is known by industry for preparing students very well for their careers, and we have an opportunity to put you in front of a lot of companies that are looking for top talent that we recruit here to Clarkson. Alumni connections, all over the country and the globe, there are Clarkson alumni who are just very interested in supporting your study, very interested in informational interviews. Many of the companies that come back actually have alum that are coming back to interview candidates, but our alumni base is strong, they're proud, and want to help prepare the next generation of Clarkson University alumni. And this is something that has been tested over time. 1 in 6 of our alum are already presidents, CEOs, business owners, or other executives in what is called the C-suite, if you will, in companies. So very proud connection, and we work very diligently to prepare students not only to be competitive for positions, but to obtain them. So going back to career services, again, we have the dedicated Career Center staff that's focused on working with you. In the fall, you'll actually participate in a course that helps prepare you for your career search. But we have a very strong Career Center that works on resume techniques, interviewing strategies, online job search strategies, networking, and as I mentioned, we have 2 career fairs typically in September and January, and companies come here looking to interview, looking to hire, and we work really hard to make sure that you have this opportunity. In fact, our placement speaks for itself. In 2018, we had 100% placement. The average starting salary was above average for MBA starting salaries for the Northeast region. And this is through the what was called NACE, Northern Association of Career Counselors. There's a lot of great evidence out there that says we have been successful in preparing our students. And then this year, I mentioned 2018, we're still compiling this most recent class in May, but we've placed students in consulting work and engineering and supply chain, and we're really proud of where our students have gone and the wonderful opportunities that have been available to them because of the pursuit of their MBA. Some of our alumni connections and companies that hire our students, IBM has always been a very big partner of Clarkson University's, Target, General Dynamics, GE. So these are just a few examples of companies in the Northeast region that do travel here to work with us and provide opportunities for our students. So let's talk a few minutes about the admissions requirements for the Ray MBA program and what are some of the elements associated with obtaining admission. So typical application as far as what's required to apply, the application form, the essay, resume, transcripts, certainly all of your college transcripts, including the ones that has your degree conferred. So some of you might be applying for this program and do not yet have your bachelor's degree conferred. Perhaps it's going to be in May. We do take unofficial copies while you're uploading documents into your application portal to make admissions decisions, but obviously it is very important that we have official copies before you start taking classes with us in the fall. So you can submit those once your degree is conferred over the summer. That's certainly fine, and we will take unofficial copies to prepare you for an admissions decision. So we do require a GMAT or a GRE. There are certain waivers and substitution options that are available to our applicants. I encourage you to go online and download our comprehensive admissions requirements document, and that does go into detail. Some of the examples of that would be having a master's degree already or 5 years of post-baccalaureate work experience. In some cases, we will waive the standardized test score. But it is important to take, not only as part of the overall merits of an application, but the stronger your scores are and overall application, this is also tied to merit scholarships, which we'll talk about. We require 3 letters of recommendation as well from academic faculty who can speak to your preparation for a master's program. For those of you that have internship or professional work experience, we certainly will accept those professional references as well, but certainly need to be professional references, not personal. If you are an international student looking to apply for our program, there are on our website through the comprehensive application admissions requirements, there are some detailed information there as well. But I will spend a few minutes here talking about this for those that are online listening. So there are 2 additional elements to our application for international students. One of them is English language proficiency. Because of the nature of this program, the accelerated format, the group discussions, the presentations, the participation, we do require a high proficiency in written and oral English. We accept standardized English exams, these 4, the TOEFL, IELTS, PTE, Academic, and Duolingo. Our minimum scores are listed there. And it is very important that we have demonstrated language proficiency here. So if you are an international student listening in and you have one of these exams, these are one of the scores. We do require official exams as a part of the application process. Typically, when you take the TOEFL, we'll receive that score electronically. But you can also go to the admissions policy document for policies related to the waivers of the English language exam. In very few circumstances, we would consider waiving an English language exam if you are an international student already here in the US, or if you are from a country where the official language is English. These are a couple of examples. So certainly want to read that document and always touch base with us if you feel that you do qualify. Otherwise, we do require the English language proficiency exams, and you can choose from one of those 4, and we will accept all of them. The second piece for international students is the equivalency to a U.S. bachelor's degree. So we do require that applicants demonstrate bachelor's degree completion that is equivalent to the U.S. bachelor's or higher. If you are looking to hire a company that does credential evaluation, you certainly can do that. There are many examples out there. We do require that the organization is recognized by the National Association of Credential Evaluation Services, and you can visit their website at naces.org, NACES.org, to see if the company that you're selecting will qualify. While we do not require the credential evaluation report for the purpose of admission, if this is something that you have already completed, we will accept that and look at the organization's analysis of your transcripts related to that equivalency. Again, I would encourage you to read through the comprehensive Race School of Business admissions guidelines because that will provide you with more information about the types of degrees as well as some of our policies around 3-year bachelors. As we move through admissions, and the one thing I did want to mention about admissions is that we are rolling. So we will accept applicants throughout the year. And as you go into the online application process, you do not have to have everything completed immediately. So you can create an account, start uploading information, and then once everything's completed, we will certainly send things through the committee for a decision. Typically within 36 to 48 hours, you'll have a decision available to you, but it is rolling. However, if you're an international student, we certainly encourage you to complete your applications well before May 1st because there certainly needs to be time for visa application and processing and the pieces associated with preparing to travel abroad and study in the United States through immigration. So definitely want to provide yourself with time related to that. But otherwise, we do work with our applicants and offer a rolling admissions process to make things easier and more flexible for you. And then the last piece I certainly want to talk about is, and it's very important that we look at this from a collaborative investment. So when we think about the costs associated with an MBA program, we have to look at a couple of different things. What is the tuition cost? What does it actually mean to live and study and obtain your degree? And then, of course, we're going to talk about what our investment is in you. So this is the investment that you have in terms of what the costs are. And then based on your application and the merits, we invest in you. And there's a lot of opportunities for funding to support your education. So the total program cost for the 38 credit hours is $52,744. There's the $450 per term residential fee. And then the cost of attendance, it really depends on preferences, but this is where we're talking about the living and your food and other incidental costs associated with going to college. This is the numbers that are used for the purposes of preparing financial aid packaging. But again, I think it's important to know that this does range quite a bit. So the total cost of the program is here, and this is what I would call the sticker price, if you will. This is the cost if there was no financial support or aid that would be provided. But we do know that the average discount rate is definitely higher. It is not full price. So we definitely are committed to investing in our students. We believe in that collaborative investment and supporting your cost of going to college and obtaining your MBA. So how do we do that? So this is the total cost of the program and the fees, but then we have what's called our merit scholarship system. And merit-based scholarships is a pretty robust system here, and we start that through looking at the overall strength of an application, and we award merit scholarships at the time of your admission. So that happens automatically. This is not something that you have to apply for separately. We have 4 anchor points for the merit-based scholarship system, ranging from fellowship to trustees. And as you can see, those anchor points are based on 2 of the larger, more important elements of an application, which include your GPA and your GMAT or GRE. So with a GRE, we will convert that to a GMAT score and use that for point of reference. So for students that are at these certain levels, we have percentage discounts that we provide students, ranging from at least 15% to at least 75%. Now we say at least because there are, based on the merits of an application, times that you might fall in between or are otherwise deserving of additional aid. But these are the anchor points that we use, so you can expect those to be pretty consistent as far as a 3.3550 translates to that 15% discount. If you're someone who had their standardized test waived, we will still consider you for aid. Typically, that is right around the fellowship amount that is available to you. But again, that does range. So depending on where you come from in terms of your background, we have 4+1 agreements with institutions that provide additional opportunities for support. And new this year, for students that are committing early, meaning they commit by the end of the calendar year prior to the enrollment, we do have an early decision award that's also available. And I would encourage you to read more about that online by downloading our comprehensive scholarship, merit-based scholarship assistant program. So in addition to the merit-based scholarships, you also have an opportunity for a graduate assistantship, and that is a guaranteed position that is available to students in our residential program that express interest in working. This is where you'll work with a faculty member, perhaps doing some grading, doing some other things that are associated with the faculty member's research. But we also bring students here into our office to work with us and talking to other students and supporting some of the operations associated with the residential MBA program. As I mentioned, the early decision award for MBA students who commit to the one-year MBA program by the end of the calendar year, based on the level of merit award you receive, you also will receive a Commit to Ray award that is matched with the level. So if you receive a fellowship level scholarship and you commit early, you will receive additional levels of aid. As we look at some of our recognitions and rankings, this is something that we just like to share. We consistently are being recognized by media agencies and other organizations that are doing research on the value of the investment of an MBA. And these are just a couple of examples related to some of our programs associated with that quality and that return on investment. So that concludes the overview of the one-year residential accelerated MBA program. I am Josh Lefebvre, the Director of Graduate Business Programs, and I encourage you to give our office a call or email or connect with us on social media. As you think about your next steps and whether an MBA is the right fit for you, or more specifically would like to come and visit with us, meet some faculty and students and really get a sense for our program, I invite you to schedule a time to come and visit. We also have specific events associated with coming to campus, such as our spring happy hours and other networking opportunities. I would encourage you to reach out to us. We'd love to have you come visit and learn more about our program, and we'd love for you to consider pursuing your MBA here at Clarkson. Finally, for joining our webinar today, I'd like to offer you an application fee waiver. If you decide to pursue your application, all you need to do is type in REH MBA, that's REH MBA, into the application waiver code, and we'll waive the application fee for applying to Clarkson. Thank you very much for joining me today. I look forward to hearing from you. And if we can answer questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. Thank you very much, and we'll be in touch soon.